Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here. Tonight we're taking a look at the WWE Legends Elite Collection 13 Hurricane figure from Mattel. The whole Hurricane character happened literally in the span of time in which I was not watching wrestling, almost exactly, which is kind of weird. But when I saw this figure come up, I was like, wow, okay, that looks really cool. I gotta check this out. And then I kind of filled in via YouTube the whole story with Shane Helms and all that, and absolutely fantastic. So let's take a look at this figure. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, Hurricane here looks awesome. And honestly, that's the first thing that grabbed my attention. As I had said, the whole Hurricane character happened when I was not watching wrestling at all. So I had absolutely no familiarity. And then through the magic of action figures, I came to just purchase this figure and then kind of look up Helms's history, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I love cruiserweight wrestlers, as you probably know if you've been watching my wrestling reviews, and just really great wrestler. I can't wait to check out more matches from. But speaking of the aesthetics, first thing you notice is that shade of green is just amazing. I love how much that pops. It's not quite as vibrant on the boots, just because it's painted on, it's not the plastic, but that green plastic is just an absolute killer. Looks great. The symbol is super clean on the chest and on the little cape overlay piece here. We also get that on the back here in a nice shiny silver. And yeah, just the black. They were very smart going with just black plastic for this part where his arm warmers were. And then yeah, we can come to the face. And if I can get this to focus, we can look, there we go. So really, really nice face scan here. I mean, most of it is a mask, but the part that, the mouth with the beard and stuff like that looks very, very good. Not only that, but the eyes look relatively real, which is really, really nice. And then you got this nice gloss to the hair, which, and you got the ear peeking out, just little nice touches there. So aesthetics here are really, really good. Accessories are very basic here, but that's, to be expected. It's elite, and the character doesn't really need a lot of accessories, so we'll look right at it, and we just looked at the cape actually. So here it is separated, clearly just pop the head off and this slides right off, so you can see just that vibrant green is there, and the symbols, the silver, just really nicely done. Then we get a couple sets of hands, so right out of the box we get our standard C grips, and from there we get a couple of fists. And then that's it for accessories. Articulation for Hurricane is really fun, which is actually important because Hurricane was a cruiserweight style wrestler. So that's, you want that range, and they definitely give that to you here. So we're gonna bring back to neutral, top to bottom as we normally do. We do have a dumbbell joint in the neck and head. So we're gonna come down about that far, come up about that far, which is actually respectable, especially considering the hair. We're definitely gonna get really just awesome tilt. Kind of come down to the arms. Coming up, we're going to strike our T-pose. We have bicep swivel. We have double jointed pinless elbows, folding to about there. We have hinge and swivel at the wrist, all horizontal. We have our standard crunch at the diaphragm, and we're coming about that far forward, about that far back. Then we have swivel at the waist. Mine is very, very tight, which is actually good. I'd rather have that nice and tight than loose. Splits are absolutely fantastic. That's some of the best I've seen for an elite. Then we get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, in which the knee pads don't really hinder all too much, which is always a welcome thing. Then we have boot cut. We have point somewhere, pardon me. Right foot is usually looser than the left foot on the elites, so just worth noting. So perfect point. Really nice forward, and then really no rocker, which is kind of the only sad part, I think, in terms of articulation. But that is articulation. Getting in size comparisons, here it is with some other wrestling figures. With some Hasbro. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an Articulated Icons Oni, and yours truly in human form as an Articulated Icons Ninja. So my final thoughts on the WWE Legends 13 Hurricane figure from Mattel is that this is both a great looking figure that just is super fun, and it's another example of where I had no idea anything about this character slash wrestler, except I guess I was actually kind of vaguely aware of Helms's time in 3 Count in WCW, but that was, again, only vaguely, and I knew nothing about Hurricane, and then kind of catching up on the history, it's really cool. So I love that sometimes you can get that with action figures. So honestly, I cannot recommend this one enough. And as far as I'm aware, I think all the WWE Legends are Target exclusives, which means that's the only place you're going to find them. However, they are showing up on shelves, and that's where I found mine. But it is popping in and out of stock online as well. So I'm going to put a link to the page in the description below, so you can keep an eye on it, and also check stock in your local area. So hopefully you can find this, and yeah. So I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and or sharing. And beyond that, yeah, there'll be other ways to help the channel in the description below as well, not limited to a Patreon I just started, so please check that out. And finally, just ultra thanks to you one last time for watching. I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.